I'm playing survival Minecraft for the first time, and here's how I transformed my first ever house from this to this. To understand all of that, we need to go back to when I first started building my house. At that point, there was just a minor issue. I'm broke. So I started chopping trees and mining stone. But it's gonna be off-camera mining, since you're here to learn some building tips. And if you wanted to see mining, you watch a prison server. But in the process of mining, I actually got some diamonds, so... Yep, yo, give me pog. And finally, we have enough resources to start building. And my god, this thing looks horrible, like, oh god, even a homeless person wouldn't stay in this. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Okay, I actually did that for a while, but here are the 3 most important things that I learned. So the block palette you use in the build really matters, which basically means don't use the same block over and over again, which is why the house over here looks really ugly because we have used wood, and even more wood. But the house on the right looks nicer because we used a combination of blocks, like the logs over here for the outer frame, and the planks inside, and the roof being a different type of block altogether, which really helps make this build look nicer than the one over here. And even for the roof, we used a combination of blocks to really just help improve the texture and make it look nicer. The depth of the build is really important, and you don't want something just completely flat here, but you can actually put indentations to make the build look nicer. And you can also add details, so instead of it just being wood and glass, you can add things like trapdoors, stairs, grass and flowers, and a combination of blocks to just make the overall build nicer. The outline of the base you use can improve the design. So for example, if your base has a nice square outline, then it's harder to add more depth and detail to the base. But if you have something more unique like this, then you can detail by, for example, adding details to the corner, or by sloping the roof so that the build is just less bland and basic. And finally, after learning all of that, I started building again. Yeah, so I think I've done an overall decent job with this. I tried to use a gradient of colors for the build, so you can see it goes from dark to less dark to white on the top. And I tried to make a nice unique shape with this bulge outside, which I used to create this random room to create some variation in the height of the build. And I did some nice details outside with the flowers, stairs and all that, and used a combination of blocks like these bricks and this normal cobbled deep slate to hopefully create a nice feel for the base. So I guess that's how I turned that into this. Don't look at the inside. Just outro!